Welcome to Also Driven. I'm Jim and this is
Sean.
And he puts a four into 340.
What?
Anyway,
in this video, Jim is off to do an economy test in a Peugeot 106 1.4 diesel from 1992 by, for some reason, driving it 500 miles round trip in 24 hours to Anglesey and back.
yes, because I'm going to go and get a man to get a picture of my hole, because it's that age-related time where they want to make sure that you're not sort of like dying.
I'm pressing it. Nothing's happening. Oh, there we go. I got it. You just really press it hard. Okay, that's good.
This is not the way to do an economy test, by leaving it idling.
No, that's true. I don't think it's going to make any difference.
No, probably not.
No. Hi, Peugeot and Jim.
We're about 160 miles into this, stopping for refreshments. Let's have a look and see how the fuel gauge is doing. This little thing is actually really nice to drive. I really do like it. Closer to 170 miles. We're probably going to hit 40,000 on this little thing as we go past. And the fuel gauge has just about moved. Okay, onwards and upwards. What the actual fork is going on with that BMW grille? It's like a pig wearing light up lipstick. Anybody who's been watching the channel, both Sean and I absolutely adore this era of cars from the 80s right through to the early 2000s, except for virtually none of them have cup holders. Made it to Wales last night. I now have a very groggy throat, so bear with me. It's very cold this morning here. We're just outside the Travel Lodge and everyone's doing the credit card shuffle, trying to get the ice off the windscreen. Hopefully this isn't too bad. Let's go. Will this start? Sean's lovely 34-year-old Peugeot, which has probably never left England. Oh, glow plugs. Glow plugs. Glow plugs. They are taking a long time. Okay, let's see. Okay, is it ice? Yes, it's ice! That'll do to get to Starbucks. I was actually really glad that David was there last night from Indecisive Auto, and he kind of made Sean put a lot of antifreeze type stuff into the washer bottle. Not actual antifreeze, just antifreezy stuff. And that actually worked a treat. Yeah, still no cup holders, but otherwise, fantastic little car. Still getting used to the gearbox. And the very wobbly handbrake. Oh, should clean the windows better. Oh no, power assisted steering, bicep workout. Not like good bicep workout first thing in the morning, is there? So, what is the point of our big adventure to Wales, and why am I getting a photograph of my hole? It's not really a photograph of my hole, but I don't know if you remember or not, but last year we drove the Panda to Pandino and we raised it as a fundraiser for prostate cancer. I've been having a few problems recently, you know, old man's problems. And I went to the doctor and they've sent me down here to a specialist to have a little look at my prostate. So that was the whole point of this morning. I keep referring to it as man's going to take a photograph of my bum. The same way when I went to my GP, he looked like Harry Potter who went to, you know, the gym, doing the whole thing. It's 2 minutes, and, you know, we're men of a certain age, and, you know, I look at the statistics of the people who watch this channel, and it's 99.9% men, and they're all over 45. I think the only women that watch are Miss Hubnut and Andrea, who bought the Maria. But other than that, as I say, we're all men, we're all of a certain age, and these things you need to go get looked at. It's a bit sort of, but you know what? It's a lot better than the alternative, because I don't know if you know or not, but I lost my brother this year, who was diagnosed in his mid-50s with prostate cancer. So, yeah. Well, I solved the cup holder situation. It works. Was just walking over to the hospital and spotted this dealership, and they have some really unusual stuff stuck in between the usual like Peugeot and Vauxhall and Fiat 500 fodder. So yeah, that's quite nice. Golf GTI convertible. Some kind of mad stuff down the back there. I think also, what else did I see? There's a, that looks like that's the roof of a 928. There's a 6 Series. Yeah, these people are obviously quite the specialists in weird cars. What one's that? Is that an Eclat? I really don't know that much about this generation of Lotus, but yet not what I thought I would see in Bangor this morning. And if you kind of look behind, yeah, the showroom's got lots of fun stuff in it as well if you're into your jigs. Oh, see our Cosworth over there as well. Well, that's us back in Starbucks car park. The world is a better place. I don't really normally drink these things, but it's just nice as a little bit of treat when you're sort of on the road. Yes, I had a serious fisting at the hospital. Everything is not sort of okay, but I'm now on a list. No, not that kind. Those allegations were never proved. The other kind. So I've got to go back about every 4 months and get it checked out, mainly because of family history. I would recommend if you do get the chance to go and have these things done, go do it, because as my brother found out, if you leave it too late, it's not good. Anyway, right, we're going to get this thing back on the road. We've used about a quarter of a tank of fuel to get here. Let's go have a look at the mileage. Okay, so the 2 worst words on YouTube. We're on a quarter of a tank over there, and we have done 261 miles so far. We are looking at 227 miles to get back to Cambridge, and we'll do a refill, and we will see how that goes. I have to say, Wales is looking rather stunning this morning. Yes, all very pretty. Colwyn Bay, there you go. Sunshine, mountains, everything is lovely about Wales. So what is it like? No, not that bit, the Peugeot. We've done that bit, we're over, we're good. Anyway, the Peugeot, yeah, I have to say, I was not that overly keen on this when it first turned up. Mainly because I thought the seller was maybe not the best person to buy a car from. Didn't look the best. It didn't smell the best. But you know what? Sean's done an amazing job on it. This sort of era of car is pretty interesting, because this is when small cars got really usable. The generation before this, the 80s city cars, were all things like the Metro or the Panda, and they did have a lot of compromises. You could tell that they were cars that you would happily use in the city, but on a longer journey they would be a bit lost. Whereas this is actually really refined. I don't have any issues with it, except for the steering. I do find the steering a bit heavy. I do have 2 cars that have no power steering, so even compared to them, it's very, very heavy. Just last night, it was an absolutely miserable trip down. That's why there was no footage of it. We are about 4 hours from Cambridge, so next thing will be Sean and I will head to the petrol pumps, and we will see how much diesel this little thing has used on its round trip to Anglesey. And we're just arriving at Sean's, and I don't know why I'm talking like Jeremy Clarkson. Okay, so we're just under half a tank.
Yeah, and we've done, well, so far 496 miles. We're going to do like 1 and a bit miles to go to Tesco to get some fuel, so let's go see what economy we will have done.
Okay, let's go. What was that?
That was...
Oh, that was your thing. I know you were saying yesterday it was maybe a little bit weird to include the reason why we were driving the car to Wales.
I don't think it was rude to include the reason. It was perhaps not the most eloquently put.
Oh, about I gotta get my hole looked at.
Yes.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Indeed. Very fancy.
So we're on 143.
That's actually a little cheaper than it was last week.
Okay. Although it's still ridiculously expensive compared to most places outside Cambridge.
I know.
The cheapest I've seen so far was 134. I think that was that place for diesel. Yeah, the petrol was 126.
Okay.
That's at that weird garage that's on that road that goes down to Shrewsbury. You know, the one that's always really cheap.
Always really cheap.
Yeah.
So £36 with 1 click. 2 clicks.
Okay.
498.
Point, what is it? Over 5 or below?
0.4.
0.4, so it is 4. Okay, so 498 and 26.23 litres. Calculating is... Oh, I'm just going to show it up to the camera.
What?
We got 86.31 miles to the gallon.
That's bonkers.
Driving this car to Anglesey. That is
Wow.
14 miles less to the gallon than what I got out of a Volkswagen XL1 in the real world.
And this car cost us £450.
£450.
Okay.
Litres per 100 kilometres, that's 3.27. So you know the way Volkswagen had that thing for a long time about they wanted a 3-litre car.
Ah, yeah.
This is not that far off it. But there we go. What have we learned from this? Do not spend £150,000 on an electric hybrid diesel supercar. Spend £400 on a Peugeot 106.
Yes.
That is what we will take away from this video.
Yes.
Thank you all for watching.
Indeed. Thank you very much for watching. And join us again in the next video where, I don't know, where are you going? Like, Lapland?
No. We're going to revisit the Dacia Jogger in Lanzarote.
Indeed. Ciao.